Today I fucked up by not cleaning the depths of my belly button. Too long did not read. Didn't realize how deep my belly button was and never cleaned it fully. It sealed up and I cracked it open like a cold beer. This happened 3 days ago and I'm still a bit traumatized. I was taking a shower and cleaning my belly. I do clean my belly button, but I only ever really swabbed the entrance and thought that was good enough. On this fateful day, I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. My soapy washcloth slipped and plunged deep into the depths of my navel. I felt a brief but intense pain, almost like I had just poked myself hard in the belly button. After a quietly muttered, "Ow," and a cursory check for blood or viscera, I finished my shower and went about my day. I foolishly believed that my belly button problems were behind me. Little did I know. I spent the rest of the day with a growing pain in my navel region. I felt discomfort when I bent down, or even laid on my belly. I brushed off the pain, assuming that I had simply bruised my belly with my inadvertent poke. However, the next day I was still in pain, so I took a look at the offending area. As a quick aside, I've always had a deep belly button. Like, the innas of innas. I could plunge my finger in up to my proximal phalanx with no issues. But when I looked at my belly button now, it seemed deeper and wider than before. And what's worse, a layer of gunk had accumulated around the entrance to my old mouth. Think of the kind of gunk that builds up around ear piercings. It's mainly sebum, dirt, and old skin. My belly button had never been obviously dirty before, so I knew something was afoot, or a belly. After a quietly muttered, "WTF? EU," I fetched a tissue and wiped away the offending schmutz. I considered where this muck may have come from, and realized that it must have originated from my belly depths. I grabbed a Q-tip and gingerly inserted it into my belly button. 4 Q-tips later and my horror was mounting rapidly. My belly button was so dirty. And so deep. And so stinky. I swabbed the decks as best I could, then just sat and stared into the middle distance for a bit. Have you ever had a moment when your perception of yourself as a functional adult human being is completely shattered? When you realize that there is a fundamental aspect of self-care that you've just never done. When you wonder how you've made it this far as a person in society. This was my moment. I texted my mom, a retired nurse, to confirm my fears. I believe that my naval neglect resulted in a buildup of gunk that slowly filled up my belly button. At some point, I think the gunk sort of sealed my belly button together like some sort of disgusting letter. When my washcloth slipped, I broke the seal of my decades-old missive and freed the contents. To date, this is the silliest and most embarrassing injury I've ever inflicted upon myself. My mom joked that I could try carbon dating my layers, I'm a geologist, and said that the pain I'm feeling is probably because the gunk in my belly was stretching out that area and affecting my pain receptors. Now I'm leaving my belly button alone for a few days to see if it heals up and feels better. If not, I'm headed to the doctor. Moral of this story: remember to brush your old mouth, or you'll end up like me, fundamentally and irrevocably changed, with a sore belly and a mind full of regrets. To clarify, I'm taking care of my belly button and will wash it out with hydrogen peroxide and isopropyl alcohol. Also, I'm a woman with tiny baby hands and small fingies, but I'm learning that my belly button may be abnormally deep. Maybe I'm in the running for a new Guinness World Record. Where do I go to submit an application? I am now and forever referring to my belly button as my old mouth. I don't clean my belly button but always assumed it wasn't that deep. Fuck. Op, just have me a new fear. I also have a deep innie and I discovered I had a navel stone a few years ago. It still gives me nightmares. My belly button goes up to almost my second knuckle. I legitimately will get a fungal infection in my belly button if I do not keep it clean. Yes, you can get a fungal infection in your belly button. I was also mortified at myself when I discovered this. How deep are people's belly buttons? Mine is maybe 1.5 centimeters in. This guy sounds like he could fit his whole finger in there. Today I fucked up by forgetting to register for an exam I've been studying for 3 years every single day. That's it. That's fucking it. I have studied for this exam for the last 3 years every fucking day. When I checked the internet for registration dates, all I saw was last date, August 12th. And what did I fucking do? I waited till August 12th, which is today. Today, I went to their website to register and then I see that the last date to register was August 11th, which is yesterday, and the last date for fee payment is today. There's absolutely nothing I can do. I just have to hope they extend the registration dates. I want to die. This is why you should do everything ASAP and not procrastinate it till the last day. Too long did not read. I googled registration dates and saw, last date, August 12th, and waited till the last day only to realize that the last day for registration was August 11th and the last date for fee payment is August 12th, which is today. Edit. Update. OMG guys, the dates have been extended. I did something similar. I don't know what exam it is, but mine was a final nursing exam. I showed up to the wrong campus, was like 30 minutes early, so I waited in my car. When I realized my mistake, it was too late to drive to the other one. I had to go to one I wasn't signed up for and flubbed my way into it by insisting there was some sort of technical error. I'll send positive energy your way. Good luck to you. Today I fucked up my entire night. First throwaway account I've ever created. Never thought I'd need one until now. I'm a 19-year-old guy and what I'm about to share happened 2 nights ago. I'm not good at writing stories like most of the people who share their experiences on this sub, so I've taken a page out of the green text handbook and listed the events. 1. Girl on Tinder invited me to her house. 2. Sex was implied. 3. I've never had sex. 4. I asked my roommate for advice. 5. Roommate suggested I smoke weed before meeting Tinder girl. 6. I said okay. 7. Roommate realized he was out of weed and made a new suggestion, shrooms. 8. I said I've never had shrooms and asked if it was safe. 9. Roommate said, safe as long as you're not chronically depressed or some shit, and advised me to eat the shrooms with a chocolate bar to mask the bad taste. 10. I said I didn't think I was depressed, but that might change once the night was over. 11. Roommate supplied me with 2 grams of shrooms, which was mild according to him. 12. I ate the shrooms with an orange and booked an Uber to take me to Tinder girl's house. 13. Uber driver's head was bigger than any human head I've ever seen, but it was too soon to confirm if I was experiencing shroom vision or meeting an Uber driver who happened to have a really big head. 14. Uber driver's massive head was even bigger by time we got to my destination. 15. It was indeed shroom vision. 16. The moment I saw Tinder girl in person, I noticed she was pregnant, 6 months and 22 days pregnant based on the details she provided before inviting me into her house. 17. Tinder girl apologized for not telling me about the pregnancy, but assured me the dad was no longer in the picture and sex was super healthy for unborn babies. 18. I said I always wanted to have a threesome and laughed hysterically. 19. I didn't understand what was so funny, but I was unable to stop laughing. 20. Tinder girl gave me a glass of water and asked if I wanted to sit down. 21. I sat down on the carpet and noticed a handbag with a bird on it. 22. I realized that if I concentrated on the bird, I could see it moving in slow motion towards the corner of the handbag. 23. I have no idea how long I was staring at the bird, but at some point Tinder girl managed to contact one of her neighbors, without me knowing, to come and escort me out of her house because my presence was making her uncomfortable. 24. I walked home in the middle of the night because I was afraid I would end up with another big-headed Uber driver. 25. I got home with my virginity still intact, wondering what would have happened if that bird made it to the end of the handbag. Next time, no drugs lol. TLR girl on Tinder invited me to her house to have sex. Being a virgin, I asked my roommate for guidance. He suggested shrooms. I ate the shrooms. Got high on the way to the girl's house. Found out the girl was 6 months pregnant when we met in person, which was a massive red flag that I ignored due to the condition I was in. Pregnant girl realized something was wrong with me and became so uncomfortable she called her neighbor to kick me out of her house and leave me on the street in the middle of the night. So probably don't ask your roomie for any more advice on stuff relating anything. Your roommate must have known what he did. LMAO, what a dickhead. I think you won in this one. Definitely contact her and inquire whether the bird made it to the end of the handbag. We can't have this story ending on a cliffhanger. This is possibly the best today I fucked up I have read in a while. I noticed she was pregnant, 6 months and 22 days pregnant based on the details she provided before inviting me into her house. I think your roommate made you dodge a bullet, even though his solution was stupid. Today I fucked up by accidentally telling an innuendo to a 13-year-old girl. I work as a pizza cook at the local roadhouse, and my favorite bartender to work with usually orders food to go at the end of night. He likes a pizza to himself, and a bigger one for his work buddies at his day job, construction. We're friendly, so I started writing jokes on the inside of the box, usually related to what's in the box. This is important for later. It started out with innocuous notes like, "Don't forget your blue cheese," inside a box of wings, or, "Warning, not kosher," in a pizza box covered in ham, stuff like that. After months knowing the box was going to roughneck dudes with a sense of humor, the jokes escalated and got more risque. Flash forward to last night. He ordered a 10 inches pizza with only sausage, and a meat lovers with jerk chicken as an add-on, so I decided to get crass. The former said, "Enjoy my 10-inch sausage," and the latter, "Sorry, I jerked the chicken all over your pizza. No refunds." Before he left, I told him, "Enjoy your messages," with a wink, and he said he'd check them later. 6 a.m. the following morning, I got a text that said, and I quote, "Thanks for the funny commentary. The sausage pizza was for my 13-years-old stepdaughter." She was wondering what that meant. What I sent was a profuse apology, but in my head, I really wanted to say, at least she didn't see the jerk chicken one. Spoiler alert. She did. I don't work with him again until Saturday, so I'm marinating in shame and regret like a steak for the next few days. Too long did not read. I thought I was making crass jokes to a group of tough construction workers but wound up making a dick joke to a 13-year-old girl instead. Edit for clarity. The jokes I wrote weren't previously that on the nose and blatant, like one time I wrote, "Smells like good times," on a seafood pizza, or labeled a custom wing combo, "Hot Terry, Teriyaki, Nashville Rub." Pretty much Pixar levels of adult jokes. The one time I made it more brazenly dirty, and that's the batch that goes home. The pizza box is now not safe for work. Rip. She's 13, not stupid. Kids talk about this stuff all the time. You're bad that you didn't know who you were joking with. It's probably just the mom being troublesome here. I mean, she has a right to be, but I doubt the girl was offended. We said worse shit when we were 13 and in school. Just be more careful next time. Edit. Also weird after I think about it. Bad jokes are fine, but I probably wouldn't want to hear them before I ate my pizza, especially if the jokes involved the pizza. Going way back in time, channeling my 13-year-old girl self, I would have read it, yelled, "Gross," and then laughed my head off. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I mean, if he knew the messages were crass and you even warned him, why would he even show them to his daughter? Are you sure this is a real story, op, and you're not just karma farming?